Let's make it easy. Ready to be stuck in the place. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing tonight? All right. My name is Tony Nardone, and I am your official MC for the evening. And I want to welcome you all to tonight's festivities, which, as I was explained, is the gender reveal party for Mike Holmes. If I was a betting man, I would go with hermaphrodite. We're really here to roast Mike Holmes tonight, Shirtless Mike, as we all know him. And when I say we wanted to do this, what I mean by that is he begged everybody to do this because he's throwing his own roast. So that's okay. It's just a little backwards, but tonight we're going to pick on this guy like he's one of our own. That's what we do. So what I thought I would do is go over some of the roast rules for people that don't know. If you've never seen a roast before, you're in for a real treat. And if you have seen roasts before, you know the kind of things that get discussed at roasts. I'll just go over a few so you're not scared and surprised. There'll be a little bit of swearing. There'll be some verbal abuse toward all the roasters and to Mike. There'll be some sexual preference jokes, mostly about Mike. There'll be some sexual connotation jokes, or in Mike's case, lack thereof. There'll be some physical abuse jokes. Just kidding. Again, there'll be swearing. There'll be some dick jokes, ladies, so pay attention. There'll be some vagina and tit jokes because that's what Mike does. My point to all the rules is that we're here to have a good time tonight. We're not here to express any hatred or anything like that. We're not here to be judgmental of anybody that's here or not here. And if you are a judgmental person, it might be best for you to wait in the parking lot for a couple hours. Mike wanted to do this for himself. Why? I thought about this for a while and I came up with this. He's an idiot. But just remember this, we are all here to have a good time. So what I thought I would do when Mike asked me to be the MC for this fantastic event was go into his background, and I checked on Wikipedia and some other sources to find out some information about Mike, since I really barely know him. Mike was born at a very early age. Take your time. A lot of people don't know this. 8.3 pounds when he was born. 2.2 pounds of that were nipples. Now, another fun fact I found out about Mike's past. He was conceived when his mother and father made love in a fountain at Camp Lejeune. Let that one sink in, because that's all right. His first cigar he enjoyed at the age of 9. Just coincidentally, that was his first sexual experience as well. He was finger banged by his lesbian cousin. It says over on my card. Oh, that explains the hair. No, it looks good on you, Mike. Don't worry about it. As Mike grew up, he learned to love school. I'm not sure what kind of a student he was, but he loved school so much that the school he went to retired his helmet. Speaking of Mike's head, he once shaved his head as a prank or a bet, whatever it was, but he shaved his head for 3 cigars and a blowjob. And he couldn't even enjoy the cigars because he said his mouth hurt too much. As I mentioned before, we talked about Mike's mom and dad. How about a round of applause for Carol? Mike's mother is here this evening. I shouldn't say this, but I forgot my watch tonight because I left it on the nightstand. If I can get that back soon, Carol, I'd appreciate that. Do not call me Dad. Again, he brought this on himself. I can't help it what happens between 2 consulting adults in his mom's bedroom. All right. How this works is I'm going to call a few people up. Doesn't matter if you want to come up here or not. Mike has already given me the go-ahead for you to come up. So, but before we do our first roaster, let's give a round of applause to Lewis for having a wonderful establishment, allowing Knucklehead Mike to run the show for an evening. Lewis and I go way back. I want to commend him on being a great businessman. He hired Mike, great hire. A lot of people don't know this. You get great tax benefits for hiring employees with special needs. Kudos, my friend. All right. Our first roaster. Let me find the card. Our first roaster is a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Dix. What? It's not Dix? Oh, it is Dix. You can say Dick, it's all right. My bad, I think it's Jonathan Dix. What am I reading here? That's how Mike explained it to me, the Dix thing. Jonathan is such a good friend of Mike's, a really good friend, that he actually helped Mike with his home colonoscopy. Dave Murphy, you're here. You remember. You were there. Ladies and gentlemen, our next person that has to go through a little bit of torture, Mr. Jonathan Deeks.
I hope he didn't leave because he was saying he didn't want to go up, so. Oh well.
Seriously?
He's here.
This is going fantastic.
He's in the private lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
He was saying he didn't want to come in, so.
Not the first time you've heard that, right, Mike?
Oh.
I'll vamp a little bit while we're waiting for Jonathan. Anybody have any questions they want to ask Mike? Yeah. When are you going to clean your room? That's a great question, Mike.
So?
This is fantastic. The first roaster doesn't want to do it.
I see. He's got a surprise up his sleeve. Oh God.
A panda with a limp walks into a cigar bar.
Oh my God.
What's happening?
Who is it?
Real quick, for those of you that don't know Jonathan, he may look really familiar. You've probably seen him at his job. He asks the same question 200 times a day, paper or plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jonathan Deeks.
Can I have another beer, please?
Oh my God.
So I wasn't planning on speaking or anything, and I apologize to Mike's mom and grandmother first and all the women in here, but I just wanted to tell one story. So me,
Microphone.
huh?
The other microphone.
I don't need a microphone. I got a loud voice, don't worry about it. So me and Mike went to Cheaters in Cocoa Beach one night. Just one night, just one time. Truthfully, just one time. So we went into Cheaters, this girl walks up to me, whatever, I was ignoring her, so she walked up to Mike, they started talking, they go in the back, they get a couple dances. So I go in the back with another girl, a couple minutes later, Mike walks out, I'm in there for 45 minutes, whatever. So I walk out, and Mike's smiling ear to ear, and I said, what's so funny? And he goes, John, guess what? I saw her pussy. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Jonathan. Give Jonathan a round of applause for that wonderful story. Reminds me of the movie Stripes. The one guy that kept saying there was tipping over cows was a big evening. I feel like, I'm not sure how the panda bear got involved here, but I feel like we need to address it. How are you? Hashtag panda? Is there a hashtag? Yes? You're drinking? No.
He sells alcohol.
He sells alcohol. Oh, that's fantastic. Thought he was motioning for bamboo. Hashtag bamboo. Hashtag panda. That's nice. We all know Mike Holmes by two words, Shirtless Mike. It is two words. Shirtless Mike. 2 words.
3 syllables.
Wow, this is going fantastic, Mike. Thanks for inviting me. Everybody have a good night. So my point to this whole thing with Shirtless Mike, 2, 3 words, depending on if you want a dictionary or not. A lot of people don't know the background or the other nicknames that didn't make the list when he was trying to pick out how to dominate social media. Dominate was in quotation marks, by the way. All right. I just have a few of the names that didn't make the cut. First one was Rusty Trombone. The second one was Vagina Boy. Oreo Nips. I'm not sure I understand the fourth one, Mike. Number 2 Combo. He might have been at Dos Amigos when he said that one. For those of you in the cigar industry, Penis Lancero almost is what we used to call him. Lucky Pierre. Which of those of you that don't know gay lingo, Dave Murphy, tell him what it is. What's Lucky Pierre? He's going to act like he's not to know. Lucky Pierre is the middle guy of a gay threesome. And number 7, my personal favorite, of what we could call him instead of Shirtless Mike, Bitch Tits. Bitch Tits. All right. Our next roaster. So many decisions. I'll describe our next roaster and you tell me who you think it is. Our next roaster looks like a band member from Metallica fucked a Smurf in a dumpster at Sam's Club. Our next roaster and I have something in common. This will be the giveaway. We both married way up. He married way, way, way more up than I did. Because my wife's not here, is she? That's good. Okay. Please put your hands together for one of my favorite Smurfs, Mr. Bobby Caruso.
Thanks, Tony. Nice that you came and spoke to all of us from the Eiffel Tower that you own. So, I met Mike a few years ago, interesting enough, sat down next to me and he introduced himself as, "Hey, I'm Shirtless Mike." I looked at him and I said, "Well, Jesus, you're not crushed like a Greek god. You got a gut that you can call a gunt that hangs to the floor. You got a tattoo around your belly and it says, Big Macs for life." So the kid starts talking, and now he's got this swagger like he's a fucking gangster. So he goes, "Yeah, my gangbanging days." I said, "Your gangbanging days? Your asshole must look like an inner tube." Because looking at him, how could you even think that this guy was a gangbanger? He may have been peddling Snickers on the fucking corner, but other from that, I can't see him as a gangbanger. I couldn't get over the accent. I tried figuring out what kind of accent he had, because quite frankly, couldn't make out a word he was saying. Come to find out, he was speaking Mongoloid. So, I'm not saying that you would want to get into a Mensa conversation. Mensa. Mensa means that you may be smart. Don't worry about it. So, we built up a friendship. We do a podcast together, which is a lot of fun. I know I break his balls all the time, and I apologize for that. I think my biggest apology is to your mother. First off, that she didn't decide to have an abortion. When she found out that she conceived. I heard a story about a fountain. I don't know if I believe about the fountain or not. I don't know how you conceived or why in God's name you were conceived, but you were. My apologies. I apologize. Your grandmother's a saint. She was talking to my wife and I before, and she says, "Can you talk to Mike for me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll help you out any way I can." Apparently, she can't launder his sheets because they break apart. Right? I'm just telling you what your grandmother said. Apparently, his sheets break apart when she tries to launder them. You may want to use a sock. I'm just saying. Before I get even worse, and I haven't even been drinking, actually. Mike, thanks for being my sidekick on our podcast. I appreciate it. Happy birthday. God bless to his family. God bless. And again, my apologies for conceiving him.
All right, one more round of applause for Bobby Caruso. So I have a special treat for you. Mike doesn't even know about this. I took the liberty myself to invite somebody tonight that Mike does not know is going to be here. So if you could all help me welcome Shirtless Mike's girlfriend. Look. Is it just me, or did nobody even fucking look? Nobody. Seriously, if you want to meet Mike's girlfriend, just go up and shake his hand. That was a masturbation joke. I don't know if you figured that out yet. Speaking of masturbation, that's called a segue. Ruth! You used to work in the cigar industry. Ruth is here tonight. A lot of people don't know the connection between Shirtless Mike and Ruth. Ruth showed Mike how to manscape. Yesterday. Yeah. That's kind of funny that both the Murphys have some sort of a sexual connotation with Mike. Odd, but yet crazy. All right. Our next roaster, probably the funniest guy I know named after a cake mix. He is a professional comedian. Letterman, Def Comedy Jam, Conan O'Brien are all shows that he loves to watch. Try to catch him next Wednesday afternoon. He's playing at Bob's Falafel Hut in downtown Fellsmere. Please put your hands together for Mr. Duncan Che.
You're going for Tony, right? Come on, clap it up for Tony. He is not a professional comedian. And his shows. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Make some noise for Mike. Make some noise for Mike. It's his birthday. How old are you, bro? 34 fucking years old. That's a lot of alcohol, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I met Mike a few years ago. I was actually, at one point, I was 295 pounds. True story. And they thought that Mike was my son. Because I also smoked cigars and wore fedoras. So, like, obviously, it was like a bad episode of fucking, Maury Povich. Like, he's the father. It's crazy. But he, I don't know if you guys know this about Mike. Before he was a cigar aficionado, he had other things that he tried, like Christian rap. That really fucking happened to you. I don't think you gave that what it deserves. He was a Christian rapper. Look at this motherfucker. Because you look at him and you go to Christ, you go, God damn! No. But listen, I gotta talk. You gotta understand how funny it is to me to watch people talk about masturbation jokes and dick jokes and put it in front of your mother and your grandmother. That shit's hilarious because every time I've ever asked him for a ride, he's like, let me ask my grandmother. I can borrow her car. Oh man, it's been fun watching Mike grow up. Because I didn't realize how young he was. Because I met him like 10 years ago. I didn't realize he was that. I was like, oh, you're 24? God, you let yourself go. Mom's like, you're a dick. Yes, I am. No, but he actually, it was funny because I used to do a Halloween show, which if you're a comedian, you do somebody else's material, you're considered a hack. So at Halloween time, I'd have all the comedians dress up as like famous comics, do their material, and people would judge them. And Mike did me. He did my jokes. And got more laughs than he's ever gotten ever on stage. It's a fact, right? It's true. Listen, I really did not write anything for this shit. In fact, I totally forgot about it because I was over at the Mardi Gras parade. I was hosting that shit, and he's like, dude. I'm like, fuck. But I came over here because I love Mike. Everybody loves Mike, right? Come on, clap it up for Shirtless Mike. Now, Tony said before, he's an idiot. But he's our fucking idiot. One more time for Mike. Shirtless Mike. Come on, keep it going for Tony. He's coming back up, Tony. That's okay. You and Bobby can have a makeout session. It's cool. Tony, I'm done. That means you come back up, right? Yeah, exactly. Cool. One more time for Tony, everybody. Come on, clap it up for Tony.
One more round of applause for Mr. Duncan Hines. Duncan Sherry, my bad. All right. I don't like to do this. Mike thinks he's ready. He's already got his shirt unbuttoned. Only 2 words I can say when I see that is, oh, fuck. That's the only 2 that really make sense. As he has his shirt unbuttoned, a lot of people don't know this. If you're in the cigar industry, he's got his cigar stuff and he posts online and he's smoking cigars in his grandmother's garage. And people don't know why he smokes in his grandmother's garage. I'm going to tell you. The reason, and he lives in Florida, huge beach. You want to smoke shirtless, go to the beach and smoke a cigar. It's legal, you can do it. The problem Mike was having is everybody kept trying to push him back in the water. I still can't understand what the fucking panda bear's here for. It was creepy? I think it is creepy. Mike does do a great job on social media. He's good at promotion. He's good at promoting himself. Maybe in this event, not so much. But it's been a pleasure to kind of host this thing, which however big of a train wreck it is. Here's the key to this: is you always want to see a good train wreck, I guess. He's also done a great job not only at the social media, but if you ask anybody one question, he's done a great job of hiding his sexual preferences. I'll wait for it. All kidding aside, he's a great guy. I know the people that know Mike love him, including myself. He's been kind of I think the cigar industry has taken him under their wing. He's very kind. I sound like I'm on his Tinder site. He's a great guy with a big heart and 2 enormous nipples. Please, a wild round of applause for the man of the hour this evening. Oh, fuck. Don't push him in the water. Please put your hands together for Mr. Shirtless Mike Ho.
How's everybody doing tonight? First of all, before I get into this roast, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming. It really means a lot to me. Working here at Smoke Greens is not just a job for me. It's a passion. It's a love. It's what I do every day, smoking cigars. So there was supposed to be a few more roasters, but for whatever reason, they dropped out. So I'm still going to do my entire set, even the people that's not here, because we are currently we're live with this right now on Team Shirtless Mike YouTube and Facebook page and everything. So So I'm gonna just start off right now. So first off, I want to give it up for Alex, who left tonight. So I've had to be nice to you for months. That's been hard to do because you're a walking joke. Every time I turn around, you're telling us a story of some guy hitting on you or taking you to dinner, etc. They must have bad taste because you're so ugly that you're the only one to be rejected from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And for those that don't know, Alex has worn the same outfit for 10 years. The only person to do the same thing for longer is Bart Simpson. Yo, Alex, I like your haircut. You look like the world's tallest baby. And this would hit better if he was here, but we're just gonna improvise. Alex, you bring everyone so much joy when you leave the room. I think that's what you did tonight, right? The people who tolerate you on a daily basis are the real heroes. And your burns are pretty good if you were here, but if I wanted to hear from an asshole, I'd fart. And another person that was not here. So AC, we've known each other for a long time. Your hairline looks like it gave up about 20 years ago. I'll never forget the first time we met, but I'll keep trying. I want to thank you all for coming tonight, especially AC for polishing his head. AC, you're so ugly that when you went to the haunted house, they handed you an application and asked how soon can you start. AC is very hard working. The only thing not working hard is his hair follicles. All right, so here goes somebody who's here. So Yo Deeks, the Ukrainian mafia called, they want their look back. Whenever he dresses up like Fit Daddy, looks like he's a Ukrainian mobster. When we met, Deeks told me a lot of stories, and one night he told me about his first blowjob. He said it tasted awful. John, they say laughter is the best medicine. Well, your face must be curing the world. Look at John. He looks like his body. He's got a body like a cafeteria lunch lady. I don't mean to brag, but my phone battery lasts longer than your relationships. My boy Bobby Batala, who's here tonight. Yo, Cuzzy, Sons of Anarchy called. They want their look back. Bobby is retired law enforcement. He served his community proudly. Now that he's retired, he doesn't know what he wants to be. A gangster, a biker, a pirate, Scottish. He's like if Halloween were a person. We all love Bobby, but he definitely is one cheap bastard. For example, he loves watching porno in reverse. I asked him why he did that. And he said, I like the part where the hooker gives the money back. Bobby's so cheap, I forget he's Italian. I'm like, what are you, Italian or a Jew? All right. So glad you could make it tonight, Yasmin, who did not make it tonight. I see you brought a +2, your titties. She'll see this, we're live right now. Yasmin's tits have superpowers. They can cure any sign of unhappiness. Yasmin, you're like the last loaf of bread, touched by everybody, but wanted by none. The only reason someone would go down on you is the hope that your clitoris is an off button. Yasmin, you aren't simply a drama queen, but you are the whole royal family. It's okay. You'll see this later. And we got Lorenzo in the house tonight. Not really, but the Wish version of Bun B. He's not draped up and draped out. He's dranked up and drugged out. It must suck to look like a few people. He also looks like a swole version of Lawrence Fishburne when he was in Boys in the Hood. He also looks like Pitbull's ugly brother. And by Pitbull, I mean the dog. Lorenzo's like a cloud. When he disappears, it's really a beautiful day. I know people put you down personally. I think you could go far and you should stay there. Duncan's here, so time to get to the end here, the best for last. So Duncan, I've seen you at your best. I've seen you at your worst. The more recent, your worst. Thank God everyone quit thinking on your son. Yeah. You've performed all over the country, did comedy with big names, and have made a name for yourself. Then you started doing Dirty Bingo, giving out dildos for prizes. It's a little known fact that I tried out doing stand-up for a year, over 10 years ago. Then I saw Duncan and saw how he turned out, so I was like, nah. But seriously, Duncan is a good dude, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He even paid me to say that. All right, so this will be my last joke tonight. The reason being, we've used up the rest of your vocabulary. So, once again, I want to reiterate before we get back to the party, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you to my mom, my grandmother, my Aunt Stephanie for coming out, just everybody in general. You know, it's much appreciated. You know, you guys, you know, I try to you know, put cigars on the map here in Brevard County, and you know, and you guys are what, you know, what I do it for every single day. So, you know, they know about Brevard County and other states now. So thank you guys so much, and we're gonna keep drinking, keep smoking, and y'all have a good night, okay?
Put your shirt back on.
That Anderson was kind of creepy though. Put the music back on.
Here.